Thanks, Nicole. Welcome,
Let's-
everybody.
Okay, thanks.
We're good? Okay. Well, welcome to Wave 2021. I'm happy we could all be here to learn and share and be with one another in this remote world we've adapted to. I believe we lived through that old biological adage of stay and adapt, move or die. I mean, and we adapted. And since it was a worldwide pandemic, there was nowhere to move and be safe. It was everywhere. Die is never a good option. And so it seems like adapting to remote work ended up as a good choice. Every day in our jobs, we give guidance to others on adapting. It makes me wonder if the next few years, when they name hurricanes, are they going to go with names like Corona or COVID rather than the friendly names like Angelica or Brad? Can you imagine the attention the Weather Channel would get if Beetlejuice 10 miles offshore coming fast? So we're here to learn, like Nicole said, science, business, leadership, other things. At our staff meeting last week, I asked my fellow workers if they had some good ideas to save energy. The number one idea from the Y generation employee was to skip performance evaluations. Well, that wasn't going to happen. So the next idea was to skip hot showers. Not going to tell you which generation that was. I think it's important that we celebrate our diversity and the many generations, the many benefits that come from the 4 generations of us that work together as CDs. The terms we use are different. Take our forester, for instance. I asked him the other day if he was into dendrochronology and if there was an app for dating trees. He muttered something about swiping left on Sitka spruce. I don't know, went by me, I'm a baby boomer, got a little confused. I asked my youth educator if she was adding information on climate change and what her sources were. She said she recently watched this great documentary that gave her all the latest information. It was Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. It sounded familiar, so I said, put the link on our webpage. Anyhow, I just want to say you're all important. You are the reason the conservation districts succeed. I started as a farm planner back in 1995 at the Snohomish Conservation District. You know, in the 90s, it was about the time you could start saying the word wetland and not get ran off the property or get into an argument. A lot of lessons have been learned since then. I think the most important thing is that we all give people hope. Hope they'll succeed in their dreams. I encourage you to keep learning along this journey, make friends with your cohorts, build the biggest toolbox and network you can to keep giving people hope, teaching them how to succeed, how to live in harmony with our planet for the sake of their family and the next generations to come. I want to thank my board and Nicole, the Center for Protected Development Leadership, the Conservation Commission for supporting this, WACD for their support, making this week happen, specifically the Wade board, Cindy Pierce, the vice president, Linda Leishall on the board, Nikki Wolf, Andrew Fay, Don from up in Wacom, and a great thanks to the past president, Renee Hadley, who helped us all get through this. And so welcome you here. I hope you enjoy all the courses, ask lots of questions, connect with your friends, and I'm going to turn it over to Nicole to talk a little bit more about Center for Technical Development.
All right, thank you, Bill. I really appreciate that. So today with our partner update, I'm going to start the group off here and just give you a couple minutes on Center for Technical Development. I think a lot of you already know who we are, but if you don't, I would greatly just encourage you to go explore our website, wactd.org. You can see the slide up here also with our leadership. So the CTD essentially was created well over a decade ago by conservation district employees searching for a way to provide better professional development opportunities to conservation district employees. For improving planning was a big start, but we've gone way beyond that at this point, just to support all staff and expertise within conservation districts, from admin staff and grant staff to planners to outreach and education to specialty planners and folks who do the background work that we really need to support all elements of districts, including leadership. And this year, this coming fiscal year, we have a lot of great new things on the horizon for everybody to really enjoy. We're really trying to branch out. we're bringing in a lot more assistance, a lot more help to bring you even more resources and more opportunities. Some of you might have recently participated in some of our planner forum groups that are linked to our planner certification. For farm planner and riparian planner will happen here at Wade. Dairy planner forum is happening in July. You might have done our cover crop one. The reason that we're establishing those is, well, we are all a little bit disconnected for a long time and coming maybe back physically into our workspaces across the state. That still wasn't necessarily a possibility. And we decided, well, now that everyone is relatively used to this space, this virtual space, well, let's all connect on a greater level. So really just trying to remove some of those physical barriers that might separate us with space. Let's undo those and bring it here. So bringing more connection and virtual connection to each other. In August, we will also be launching Building Better, which will be a webinar and discussionary community learning space for district managers and leaders. So really not only just supporting the influx of new folks coming in, but also those who want to develop their leadership skills and perhaps elevate themselves within their own district or support another. Some great opportunities coming to you guys. And we're really trying to encourage and support you through scholarships and through different ways that you can enhance your professional development within your own expertise if that's not something that's being addressed immediately. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for your support of the Center for Technical Development so far. If you're not so sure who we are, what we do, again, please go explore our website. At minimum, please sign up for our newsletter. That is where you're going to get information about us and all of the different things that we do in real time, if you will. But it's just a monthly newsletter plus all of our announcements, so you are staying up to date on what's available. In particular, we continue to work with NRCS, one of our greatest training partners, on getting districts into those trainings and coordinating that space. So make sure that you are connected to CTD if that is something that you need. We're going to be your primary point of contact into that so that that whole process is more efficient and we can make sure you're getting the trainings that you need. So with that, I would like to not only thank you for being here, for supporting CTD, but I want to thank the folks in the leadership that are listed on that slide. Bobby, Jan, Ryan, Kelsey, Shauna, I couldn't do this without them, and you guys couldn't be supported without a greater holistic leadership squad in the CTD. And if you are interested in doing more with the CTD or exploring what we do, perhaps giving us some guidance and feedback, we would love it. Please, please, please do that. You can see info@wactd.org on the website here. Please contact me anytime and would love to communicate with you on that. So with that, Bill, I'll turn it over, but thank you for giving us the opportunity just to give a quick update on CTD, and we look forward to interacting with folks on a more regular basis.
All right, thanks, Nicole, and thanks to everybody on that leadership team. I look all of you out there. Leadership is the way to go. I encourage you all to pick and get on that leadership path if you're not on it already. And with leadership, we have a great example. I'd like to introduce Roylene comes at night with NRCS, who shows a great example, has a good team, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Roylene, if you're ready.
Roylene, looks like we got you on mute. I can see you. I know, it's always the extra button. One more time. Nope. Odd. Let's see. I can see you're unmuted on my end. We had this working earlier. There must be one hidden mute button somewhere that's stymieing us here. Let's try, no, odd. How about this? Why don't we, maybe we can skip to the next one. If you want to call in, we'll get you on a perfect audio there. How about that? Okay, so let's go, perhaps we can go to Michael Crowder. Michael, you should be with us.
Michael, are you ready to go? We'll get you on there and we'll come Michael Crowder from National Association of Conservation District. We're honored, you know, he's from Washington. And so, Michael, are you ready to go? Right. I don't hear Michael coming on, so I think in that, in lieu of time, Mr. Tom Salzer, any chance you ready and you could jump on and talk for WACD, please?
Don't you love it when everything works perfectly in the morning? There's Michael. I will give up my time for Michael.
Great.
Tom,
go
can
for
you
it,
hear,
Mike.
can
Go
you
for
hear
it.
me?
Yep. Go for it, Michael.
Good. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm used to working in the Zoom world, so this is go to meeting. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Sleeping Lady is great. I've been there 3 or 4 or 5 times now at this, and it's one of the best. I've been to issues like this in other states, and I strongly feel, and just not pandering, but this is one of the best employee training that we have. And we at NACD, we're supporting a lot of the training. We're working with out of a resolution that came from Washington. We're trying to get boot camp outside of just Lincoln, Nebraska, where we can do remote training and bring them through the West. Roy Lean and Mark Clark started that years ago, I believe, but there is some traction. You know, basically we lost a year with most everything we were working on with as far as that end with COVID, but it's exciting times. I love what I'm doing with NACD. It's an incredible amount of work. I thought I was mentally prepared for the time that was going in, but really didn't have any idea of the inner workings. You know, the amount of information that's coming in is hard to grasp and read every email. So there's so much going on. But climate smart agriculture is absolutely the buzzword in DC. We will be working on that for quite a few months or years to come, because I really foresee that could be a game changer for districts and for producers. So most of you know how to get a hold of me. Happy to help in any way. NACD has our technical assistance grants, our urban grants, Friends of NACD grants. There's all kinds of ways that NACD can help you and your districts and your supervisors. So if you have any questions or further comments, everybody knows how to get a hold of me, but happy to be here, and you guys really do a great job.
Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate all you're doing for us, and don't hesitate to reach out to us too. However we can help you, don't just let us know, and we'll be there with you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's see, Nicole, how are you? Roy Lean, are you? Do we have our connection? Is everything ready to go?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Go for it.
Reboot always helps, huh? So good morning, everybody. Again, welcome to Wade. What an opportunity to share with you what we're doing. For those of you that may be new to the districts or new to us, we're the Natural Resource Conservation Service. We're the federal partner in this partnership, which is a great partnership. Just to give a few updates to you guys to what's again going on for us. Staffing is a big one. We're busy hiring a lot of new staff through the direct hiring process. We have or are bringing on at least 21 new staff here. The target is to have that done by July, and we're probably 3/4 through that. You may be starting to see staff starting to show up, like Waterville, I think, has finally got some people. We're working on Davenport, Freda, and some other locations. We're trying to get those positions on a board. Phase 2 has just been advertised, so if you're interested in, we have 4 positions through Phase 2 that has went out, and so those are also available. In the meantime, we're also filling other positions. We finally got a state soil scientist that reported a couple weeks ago. We have a state biologist now. We're still working on positions like the agronomist and things like that. So that's good news. As far as budget, we're doing fairly well. We actually was able to request additional funds and was granted an additional $9.8 million. So you'll be seeing us come out and really working hard on that too. We really want to work with the local work groups to see what the local work groups would like to target and see if there's a need for additional funds in those local work groups also. We're working with the commission on the task orders. Again, guys, if you're not aware, we have the large agreement with the commission, and that really helps us. Without your help, we couldn't do what we do without your assistance. So CRP is going to be big, another general sign up coming with some changes with SAFE and things like this. That sign up is coming fairly quickly, and there's going to be a really, really short turnaround. So we're definitely looking for your help through those task orders. Nicole mentioned about the training, and that is also a priority of ours to be able to continue to work together on a joint training. We're basically, if you're not aware, through our deadline, we have a January 2022 deadline to get our planners certified by our new process and things like that. Also, you will start to see more and more staff return back to work. We're starting to make that phase. The agency has submitted their telework plan to the at the national level, and also working to return to work. So we hope to be back in the office here shortly between July and August and September. So we're excited to get back to doing some things the way we used to. So with that, that's our update for NRCS.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Roylene, for being here and all you do to support us. And same thing. However, we all work together. We're on the same team. So whatever we need from you and how we coordinate, we'll just keep doing our best. And thank you again for being here. All right. So one of the things I've learned in all these years of being with the Conservation District is you make new friends. And I got to say, I've made a new friend in Tom Salzer. He's running WACD along with his cohort, Ryan. And so, Tom, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you to Roylene and Michael, too. It's kind of fun to follow national and bring it down to the state level. Good morning. Family is important, and you are part of my Conservation District family. I was born and raised in Washington, so coming back from my 9 years in Oregon is really a homecoming for me. I am really glad to be here with you. Beyond our successful lobbying for Washington's 45 conservation districts, WACD has been engaged in some very serious work, some of which was brought about by resolutions adopted by our member conservation districts. To increase transparency, a year ago, we began publishing a weekly newsletter. Then we created the WACD Hub as a resource for our members and partners. Please do subscribe by going to hub.wadistricts.org and clicking the big blue button. We rewrote our strategic plan, incorporating fundamental value statements. Following that, we crafted a new annual work plan. We have a joint committee with the Conservation Commission looking at ways that district elections can be improved. As you know, that's a pretty sensitive topic because every one of our 45 districts is unique. That committee should have recommendations for us in September. I was not expecting equity to become a major issue, but it has. Let me be very direct. It's an issue whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. It has become part of the fabric of corporations and our society. To remain relevant and effective, our community needs to respond to this. The Committee on Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is digging into how these topics relate to our work in conservation districts and how we might do better. Just as with the Joint Committee on Elections, you can expect a report out in September. Okay. What I really want to talk about is your role in the conservation delivery system. Without proficient professionals on the front lines delivering conservation every day, our system fails. What you do is vital to the success of voluntary, non-regulatory conservation in your community and throughout the state of Washington. Without you, we would be missing the final step in our conservation system, the on-the-ground delivery of programs and services to and with natural resource users. Sometimes it's easier to assess value by imagining the lack of something important. Try to picture how effective our districts would be if we suddenly had no district employees. Our system would be fundamentally broken. We could do some of the necessary steps, but without you, actual service to people would not be possible. It would be like going to the doctor and going through the intake process and seeing specialists and getting lab work done and getting a diagnosis and then being told, sorry, we're unable to treat you. We just don't have any people that do that. If you ever think that what you do is unimportant, just visualize how broken our system would be without you. Earlier, I used the word better. I used it as an adjective meaning of a more excellent or effective type or quality. We can always be and do better. We must always strive to improve. When we rest on our laurels and think we know everything, that there's nothing left to learn, we stagnate. Meanwhile, the rest of the world keeps evolving, and soon we're left behind, no longer relevant and no longer useful. Striving to do better does not mean that you're doing things wrong. The most frequent feedback on doing better that I've heard from our community members is, hey, if we're doing things right, why should we try to do better? Doesn't that imply that we aren't doing things right? Doing better is part of who we are. Where would modern medicine be today if nobody tried to create better, more effective treatments? Where would technology be if we had been satisfied with the telegraph or the horse and buggy or with simply two sticks making fire? Seeking improvement is part of what makes us successful as humans. It's embedded in our DNA. I encourage you to embrace the idea that being a lifelong learner is not only desirable, but necessary for our success. This is why the WADE conference is so important. It helps you increase your knowledge and hone your skills. It helps you become better, both personally and professionally. That's why you're here, to learn more so that you can be and do better, providing more effective service in your community. It's easy for me to say that I honor who you are and what you do for the people of Washington because I feel strongly affiliated with you. I feel that way because I came from your ranks. I know your value. Never forget that what you do is important. Never forget that as you seek to do better each and every day, you become more relevant, capable, and appreciated. Welcome to the 2021 WADE Conference, and may we all learn new things that make our service to others better. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Excellent words. Yep, totally. It's that supplemental education along the way that helps us all learn along. And I think that was one of the things, wisdom, right? Is if we make a mistake, you learn from it instead of doing it twice. So thank you very much. And thanks for your leadership and bringing us all together and moving forward. All right. Now, I had pleasure also to introduce from Washington State Conservation Commission, our leader, Carol Smith, who this is awesome because I know she, once in a while, what do you think, Bill? And it's like, I love it when a leader asks what somebody else thinks. And so she's doing a great job. And so Carol, if you're all ready, I'd like to go ahead. It's you have some time here to share your thoughts, please.
Great, thank you, Bill. Good morning, everybody. So the WADE conference, it's always been a very special time where we can connect and learn from each other and from the special guests that we'll have here at the conference too. And we have an amazing family of experts among us, employees who have long tenure, deep education, and a passion to share their knowledge and help others grow professionally. And we have a lot of new employees out there probably wondering what this is all about. So let's pause for a minute and think about this sense of family that I mentioned. It'd be hard to find a stronger sense of family and community in any other organization than that of conservation districts. And by family, that extends across conservation districts and includes my agency, the Washington State Conservation Commission, and our close partners, WACD, NACD, NRCS, and FSA. We're all a family. And while like all families, we don't always agree on everything, but it's amazing that we agree on so much, such as locally led conservation, voluntary stewardship, viable, robust agriculture and other working lands, and a collaborative approach to solving problems with landowners and our partners. To be successful, we must be able to build trusting relationships with not only the landowners who graciously agree to do this great work, but all of our other partners too. Building trusting relationships is at the core of what we do and perpetuates that important sense of family that makes all of these places that I mentioned, all of our partner places, a great place to work. So if you take nothing else away from today, please take the message that we all need to continuously build trust with all whom we work with and treat each other like the treasured family members that we are if we want to perpetuate our culture of that sense of family into the future. Just think about what that means. It's the most incredible support system you'll ever know. Hundreds of people will support you and have your backs. They will help you, and we're counting on you to be willing to help and support us as well. And that's what's going to keep us strong. As a person who's been involved with Wade for many, many years, I urge you to take advantage of the learning and connecting opportunities this week. The Wade conference ends on Wednesday, but there's another great resource to tap into year-round, and that's the Center for Technical Development. CTD is a great resource for all Conservation District employees. You can attend free webinars, network with others, track your professional progress, and develop a plan to build your experience, skills, and education with the help of our in-house network. That would be our family. You can become CTD certified as a farm planner, dairy planner, or a riparian planner, and it's a great way to continue your professional development while the certification provides the credibility to prove your expertise. So I'll close with a quote. Remember, you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So take every shot you can this week and in the year ahead with these opportunities. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, don't be afraid. Live a life. Got to try things out. I think that's something I would encourage everybody to ask questions today. And always when you're with your peers and your cohorts, say what you think. Tell them, just do it with respect. Share your thoughts, and that's the only way to have a good discussion and learn from each other of what and your customers and everybody else. What do they think? Listen to that and try to apply. Find those solutions that bring those all the good thoughts together into one way to move forward. All right. Well, thank you, Carol, very much. That's excellent. We're happy you're down there at the state, and along with Tom and all your staff that represent us at that level, because we can't do it without you, because that's how the system works. And again, anything we can do as all these employees that I represent, we're here to work together and try to help us all succeed, because it is all of us together. I'm going to do a little business here real quick. So one of the things with Wade is we have election of officers, and we have a president, we have a vice president, we have the secretary, a treasurer. So let's see. So I'm president. Cindy Pierce from Skagit is vice president. The secretary is open. She had done that before. Dawn from Whatcom is the treasurer. Nikki Wolf from Keene is one of the directors. Linda Leishall from Snohomish CD is a director. We have another open director we like to get from the east side for sure, to make sure we have good balanced representation on Wade. Then Andrew Fay from Whatcom is the conference facilitator. He helps again get this all set up. Then Renee Hadley again, who's given us a lot of guidance from being the past president on how we move forward. So with elections today, we put out a call for nominations. We didn't get any. I did talk to Andrew Wolf from Rock Island, who he didn't commit to letting me actually formally nominate because he wanted to discuss a little bit about the duties, which a lot of it is Wade, but we also want to do more because we are the association of all the employees. So we want to make sure we bring all resources, address all thoughts, get connected and do what we can to help all of us succeed and be a good team together, because I looked it out, there's 356 people who'd thought, and so we're a powerful force out there serving landowners and customers and the environment for the future. So we want to work together. So if anybody has any interest in being the secretary, we could put in chat, you could put nominations for secretary. We'll go first with secretary. If there's anybody interested who wants to begin their leadership journey who hasn't yet, and it's not a lot of time. I've been taking the minutes myself during the meeting, so I can say that for sure. So we're going to wait about 30 seconds here and see if anybody put any name in the chat for nominations for secretary.
Okay, just a reminder for folks, please put your name, district, position. You can nominate another individual if you know that they are willing. Please put that into the questions box.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything coming yet, but it does take a minute for folks to build up their courage and put in their name. And Craig, in true Wade fashion, has given us the wonderful Craig humor of this is no fun if they are actually willing. So thank you, Craig Nelson, as always. But yes, we do need willing participants.
Did he just volunteer to be secretary? Is that what that happened when he wrote?
Oh, maybe that's it. Good point, Craig. You better watch out. Funny comments sometimes get you into sticky spots. No, it clearly was not a nomination on Craig's part.
Okay, well, and if we don't, well, we can follow up because they're all so well adapted to remote. Oh, go ahead, Nicole.
We do have a nomination. Michaela Montanari from Franklin Conservation District has nominated herself.
Okay, well, we'll give it 10 more seconds. Let's see if there's anybody else. Okay, in true fashion, if there's no others, since we only have a single person, I think we would go ahead and still, I think we don't need to set up a poll, I don't think, Nicole, but I would say rather we could vote if I think we'll give thumbs up if anybody has any reasons why they don't think Michaela should be that position. You put it in chat. Otherwise, we're going to consider Michaela as the secretary.
And we did have someone second it in the chat as well. And
okay.
When you're ready, we can do a raise hands.
Okay, let's do that. That's perfect, Nicole. So why don't we go ahead? Since I see, is there no other nominations? Okay.
I'm not seeing any others. Michaela did, just before we go for a full vote, for full disclosure here, she did say that she is a temporary employee and she wasn't sure if that actually would impact this process or not.
As chair, I don't think so. I think it's still a good learning opportunity and an accommodator for stepping up. So okay. I think that would be fine. And then we can, I didn't know I was going to be president, right? I was vice president and then I became president in a matter of weeks. So the world changes and we need to adapt. So.
Okay, so I'm not seeing any other nominations come in at this point for secretary. So with that, Bill, maybe we can do a final process.
Okay, let's go ahead and then raise hands. Those in favor of Michaela as secretary.
All right, we're seeing many hands go up. Michaela, looks like you have a lot of support out there for folks giving you the high five, if you will. So yes, Bill, we've got a number of hands have come up as seconds. And I see no objections come in the question or in the conversation.
Okay, I will say then we will name Michaela as the Secretary of Wade. So thank you very much. Okay, that was good. Okay, now we have the open board position. As I said before, Andrew Wolf from Rock Island was considering it. He couldn't be here today because they'd made commitments to, there's already a seminar they were putting on over in the east side over there that he'd committed his time to doing that. So he couldn't be here and we wanted to touch. But if there's any other nominations for that open board position, let's go ahead and give it 15-20 seconds to see if any other names get put in for who may want to take that board position. Again, I'd like to encourage the east side to go for that, so we make sure and have good broad representation across the state as much as possible. So yeah, we'll wait for you.
Yeah, so just a reminder for folks, so now for that Director 3 position, just please nominate yourself or someone you know who would be a willing candidate nominee for this position. Let's just get that into the questions box.
Yeah, and I did just drive up yesterday. I had to go to a wedding in Salt Lake, so I drove through from Kennewick up through Pasco and Yakima and Ellensburg and all the way through King County, Bellevue. So I drove through a lot of conservation districts yesterday, and it was looking good. But I drove from sunshine into rain, so, and it's still raining out here. So we'll try to send some of that rain a little farther east for you guys who I know who want more rain. So we'll be happy to share. Has we seen anything, Nicole?
Not yet.
All right, well, 10 more seconds, then I'll be pressuring Andrew, because I think Andrew would be a great job doing representing. We just didn't have a chance to talk on the phone to discuss it.
And what district is Andrew with? Someone was
It's
asking.
Rock Island.
Thank you.
And actually there's two, and I can't remember the other. So he works with 2 districts, I believe.
Okay, we're not seeing anything come in. Maybe, if you want to try a little sales pitch to really get folks in here, Bill, or you can move on. But I'm not seeing the others come in.
I think if nobody else is jumping in, we'll go ahead and Rock Lake. Oh, I had it wrong. Thanks. Somebody corrected me. Rock Lake. Thank you very much. That's one of those things. So no, I think we'll go ahead and keep moving so we don't get behind, and then I'll work with Andrew and see. I'm sure I can convince him to do that position, and so we get the east side represented. So okay, I think we'll go ahead and call that for the elections, unless there's anybody else in chat or anything else have any questions. Okay, thank you.
Come in.
Okay, and I will try to, just so everybody knows, we'll try to set up some other kind of remote meeting later this fall. So for employees, if they want to get together and just talk about things and make sure we all have opportunity to share ideas, feedback, whatever, because we are a team. Okay, so the next part of our agenda real quick is just wanted to share a little bit with the Wade in 2022. So the way it's looking like is we went ahead and we're trying to reserve for Wade 22 back at the Sleeping Lady. Looks like one of the things, the prices went up a lot. They changed ownership, and so prices went up a lot for the June time. It got a lot more expensive with the new ownership. And so Dawn from Whatcom had been talking with them, and so, but they did offer either April or November. So we're choosing April to be the next best time, because November is a pretty tough time for people to travel, get to Leavenworth over the passes or through the snow and all those other kind of things, icy driving. So it's not 100% April. We're still going to double check to make sure that the cost is so much, that it justifies going to April. If it's a little bit, if it's, $30 or whatever per person, we might stay with June. But if it's a lot more than that, we're going to probably switch to April. We always want to consider all districts and all financial situations. I know it's really tough. It's not just sending somebody to the Wade, it's how do you pay them while they're there and all those kind of things. So having experienced the challenges of sending people, we're definitely considering the cost and whatever we can do to make it affordable and help people. And again, thanks to the commission and the scholarships and things that we're able to give. But so that's just a little bit of update. We do have some money, so we're going to continue it. We should be real live next year, probably April at Sleeping Lady. So start dreaming about that and getting all excited. And again, email me as president, any questions, any thoughts, bill@gadgetcd.org anytime, and then we'll make sure and try to incorporate that and share that with the board. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We're looking good. We did have some, I don't know the exact dollar amount to give you the finances. I'm going to go with Dawn after this meeting, and we're going to go over all those kind of things and look at files and everything. But we wanted to get past Wade, because again, like all the rest of us experiencing, it's been a different year doing everything remote. So if anybody has any questions they want to put in chat regarding that, feel free to throw something in there. And then between myself and anybody else, the team and the board that's on this, we can come up with a response for you. But, if not, email me and I'll make sure that goes through.
And Bill, just so you know, there's actually a lot of support for April, and a lot of folks are saying April's a lot better, really appreciate that, would like to actually see that shift. So you're getting good support for that.
Awesome. yeah, I think for field people and the end of the year finance people and a lot of other folks, June's just a crazy time, you know. So expect, yeah, if you're a field person, you got a lot of cost share, you're out right down to the last day trying to make sure people get stuff done. And so, and then the finance, again, people are all these invoices, you're sending it out at the commission and at the conservation district. So yeah, so we'll not quite as warm or nice, but still, it's still a beautiful time in April over there. So, okay, if I don't see anything else, I'm going to take us on. I'm going to turn this part over to Nikki, and we're going into the Employee of the Year announcement. So the business meeting is now officially closed, and to Nikki and Linda, here you go.
Terrific.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yeah, let's get that in go mode. Perfect, Nikki. Take it away.
All right, go for it, Linda.
Oh, Linda, let's get you off of mute.
You're on mute, yeah.
There you
Okay, thank you. It was said I was muted by the organizer. So, okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you to all the Conservation District staff this last year for your hard work and dedication. This is a really fun award to be presenting Employee of the Year. I'm Linda Leichel, Executive Director for Snohomish Conservation District, and I'll let Nikki introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Nikki Wolf. I'm the Education Program Manager at King Conservation District and one of your WADE directors.
Okay, we need to go to next screen.
All right. Yeah, and we just wanted to thank everybody that nominated folks this year. We had 11 really strong candidates. So we made a slight shift to the WADE Employee of the Year, and we changed it to WADE Employees of the Year. And we've selected 3 employees for this year.
Yeah. So the categories that we've selected, these were natural categories that we found from our numerous nominees. We have the administration and finance category, the education and outreach category, and the technical and conservation category. And I really want to thank all the people that took the time to nominate your coworkers. We had a wonderful selection to choose from.
Great, so we'll share the list of nominees for each category and then announce the category winner. So for the administration finance nominees, we had 4 folks nominated. We had Audrey, the assistant manager of finance at Walla Walla Conservation District, Denise Briggs, the bookkeeper at Skagit CD, Jeannie Jessup, the operations specialist at Spokane CD, and Tracy Keir, the office manager, financial specialist at Jefferson CD.
Audrey was nominated because she always puts the needs of others above her own. She has put their CD in a strong financial position because of her improvements throughout the years. She guides through example with her calm demeanor, grace, and positive attitude, and she is the glue that keeps Walla Walla Conservation District firmly connected.
Denise was nominated. She was also listed as the glue that keeps their district intact and on time, especially during a really challenging year. She's friendly and patient and a true joy for everyone to work with. And she has a calm demeanor and is flexible in working with different or unique grants.
And Jeannie was nominated because of her ability to go above and beyond for the Conservation District and the employees. She is a shining star at Spokane CD. She has a positive and nurturing attitude, is always approachable, and is dependable. Her work is always reliable and she never forgets a deadline.
And Tracy was nominated because she is super dependable and creative, has a high level of integrity and a sparkling attitude, even when confronted with problems. She's always cheerful and she has amazing administrative work. And the folks at Jefferson don't know how they could have survived this past year without her. And she's helped guide the board through a difficult period and is, you know, the nominator said she's one of the kindest, friendliest people they know. All right, and the WADE Admin Finance Employee of the Year is Denise Briggs from Skagit Conservation District. So congratulations, Denise. Your nominator was Emmett Wild, and he had amazing things to share, and you had some great letters of support shared as well. So congratulations, Denise.
Okay, now we're gonna go through the education outreach nominees. So we have Camilla Matmala Ost from Pierce CD, Kiana Sinner from Thurston CD, and Nora White, also from Thurston CD.
And the folks that nominated Camilla said that she has helped the entire staff transition to online programming this last year, helped develop a Spanish ambassadors program for the farm team. She's a pleasure to work with and brings an eagerness and warmth to all tasks. And she's helping lead a cross-program communications team to support all of their program outreach and communication efforts.
And Kiana was nominated because she's an excellent communicator and a pleasure to work with. Her personal passion for the work at the district translates into effective and impactful outreach when she's at work. She has a great sense of humor and good work ethic, and she leads by example and sets a standard of excellence.
And Nora was nominated because she's inviting, informative, and a wonderful person to get to know, so you feel like part of the team. She puts conservation on the ground through her work and her personal life, and she's consistently putting out education and outreach material that engages the community and workplace.
And the Wade Education Outreach Employee of the Year is Camilla Matmala Ost at Pierce Conservation District. Congratulations, Camilla. And you'll be hearing from us and receiving an award physically soon.
All right. And our final Employee of the Year category is the Technical Conservation Nominees. So we had Amy Martin, the Conservation Director at Okanagan CD, Ashley Smithers, Conservation Specialist at Clark CD, David Jackson, the Program Manager at Snohomish CD, and Kenna, the Resource Technician at Lewis CD.
And Amy was nominated because she's a stalwart champion of employee health and worked tirelessly to ensure everyone complied with safety standards. She has a positive relationship with many partners, and she is a fierce advocate of conservation districts locally and statewide.
And Ashley was nominated because she developed an amazing platform called Clark Farm to Go that highlighted local farms with food available immediately, built or solidified partnerships with 25+ partner organizations. She's always dependable, reliable, and doesn't shy away from a challenge. And she assisted in applying for and receiving $2.6 million in grant funds in the last 2 years.
And David from Snohomish CD was nominated because he's extremely courteous, thoughtful, empathetic, and kind, an excellent manager, always open to feedback, believing in cooperative work, willing to put in extra work to take his projects from good to great, and an excellent communicator, very good with logistics and coordination, yet also able to have fun and engage with people on a human level.
And Kenna was nominated because she's pleasant and always ready to work, able to make farmers feel at ease and be interested in conservation. She's always bright, quick to respond to emails, professional, and has an exceedingly kind, approachable personality. And Kenna loves the earth, loves people, and loves helping people to help the earth.
And the Wade Technical Conservation Employee of the Year is Amy Martin with Okanagan Conservation District. Congratulations, Amy. Well deserved.
Great. And we just wanted to, on behalf of the Wade board, say congratulations to our 3 employees of the year, Denise, Camilla, and Amy, and also congratulations to everybody that was nominated. It was a very difficult decision, and there were some great candidates this year. So all the folks that were selected as the employees of the year, you'll be receiving a plaque from Wade. So that should be shipped to your district in the next couple of weeks. And then everyone that was nominated will be receiving a gift certificate. So thank you all.
Yes, thank you. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Good job. Awesome. Oh, thanks, Nikki and Linda, for all you did to handle all those things coming in and all putting that all together. A lot of extra work. So appreciate it. And yeah, it's very cool. So you should all be proud of yourselves that were nominated and got that. And I know there's a lot of other people out there too that do great work. So congratulations. All right. So Nikki, are you going to give us a little Envirothon update now too?
I am.
All right.
So we wanted to let everybody know we are hosting Washington State Envirothon Trivia this year. So while we would love to be at the grotto with folks on Tuesday night, we're going to switch to virtual setting. So we're going to be hosting Envirothon on Zoom this year, and we hope folks can come out and join us. This is a picture, a screenshot from our 2021 state competition. We hosted that on Zoom as well. And we had the winning team from Garfield Palouse in Palouse, Washington. So your donations to Envirothon will help send that team and pay for their registration for the national competition this year. And I just wanted to go over just a couple quick details since we are doing this remotely on a different platform. So it will be tomorrow night at 3 p.m. There's a Zoom link on the Wade and CTD website. Trivia tickets, we're suggesting $10 per person or $5 for AmeriCorps members to participate. And then we also have some t-shirts from the 2021 competition. If folks want to make an extra donation, we can send you one of the t-shirts from this year. And then as you sign in for trivia on Zoom, we'll take the first few minutes before we get going to send you a link to make your donation. And just a couple details. Everyone's going to be competing as individuals this year, and there'll be kind of a mix of topics. So it'll be some Envirothon natural resource topics and then other Washington and Conservation District trivia. And then we'll have 3 rounds of questions, and we'll be using the platform Kahoot. So we recommend bringing your phone as well as logging in on your computer. And we'll have a winner each round and then an overall winner that will receive some fun prizes. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me or Rosie at King CD with any questions. We hope to see you all there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Nikki. And I encourage everybody to participate in that. That was one of my fond memories from being over at Sleeping Lady was with Jan from Palouse is doing making new friends and doing trivia night. Because man, talk about, I'm not a competitive person, but it brought out the best in me. So for the last up till COVID, every staff meeting, but after that we had trivia. We added trivia to our staff meeting agendas just to make sure our folks could get all trained up and ready to go. So okay, I'm going to put in a quick plug too right now too. So tonight we're having a social from 3 to 4. We have a social hour via Zoom. So 4 topics that I picked, we're going to break out into 4 rooms. Just ideas that came off the head is card camp versus backpack. So those who are into those things and like to debate which is better, that would be one social room. Fish, forests, and farms, oh my, because sometimes I think we're the best ambassadors that can bring all this stuff together, right? We can have successful agriculture and fish and forestry, and it doesn't have to be a scary thing, right? So that would be ability for people to get together and share their ideas, thoughts, how we can, in a positive way, bring all this stuff forward together. So in 200 years from now, this place is still purring, Washington State, and we're serving healthy environment and fish and farms and food, and a great place for people to live. The third is what's the future look like? I think there's there's not that many people with vision, right? There's a lot of followers and not very many leaders. I think because of the work you do, you already have some vision. And so this is a spot where people can sort of brainstorm. Maybe again, I like to see the 4 generations that are all working together. It'd be great to get all those thoughts and work together on how do we move forward? What should we do that we can do better? Because as Tom said, we can always do better. And then let's see, I think share pandemic stories for those that might feel the need or have some lessons learned or just want to talk about what COVID was and how it impacted them. It might be a forum where people could get in there and share their thoughts and just to sort of get it, we're almost over the hump completely, right? We're getting a lot better, especially after driving across the state yesterday. It's I'm seeing that in a lot of places. So might be an opportunity. So anyhow, so that's tonight, 3 to 4. If you're interested in any of those 4 topics of conversation, I encourage you to spend an hour and you'll probably make some new friends, new contacts. Okay, then